Hey there, fellow sports gamblers. It's Steel Picks for you with the 5 best NBA playoff prize picks and underdog free picks for today, April 23rd. Before we get into today's picks, let's do a quick recap of what happened to us yesterday. Duncan Robinson was generous with 3 assists, going over the 1.5 assists we said he would. Desmond Bane was held in check with 6 points and 3 rebounds, going under the 13.5 first half points, rebounds, and assists we said he would. Jalen Green came out firing, going for 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist to go over the 13.5 first half points and rebounds and assists we said he would. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 37 points, 5 rebounds, and 9 assists, absolutely crushing the 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists we said he would. But Cade Cunningham did his thing with 27 points, 6 rebounds, and 11 assists to go over the 43.5 points, rebounds, and assists we said he would not go over by 1 basket, ruining the immaculate ticket. 4 out of 5 is a good thing, but let's see if we can't get to perfection today. First off, we have Jalen Brunson over 26.5 points. Now, fellow sports gamblers, we all know Jalen Brunson is the straw that stirs the drink in New York right now. He is the heart and soul of the New York Knicks, and to be quite honest, I'm sure he was embarrassed by losing to the Atlanta Hawks in Game 2 in front of the hometown crazy Madison Square Garden crowd, and he's looking for atonement. So when he goes on the road to Atlanta, I'm looking for him to do his thing in a big way. As you can see in the last 5 games, we're only can I count the 2 because they're playoffs. You see the sample size is growing. He went for 28 in Game 1 and 29 in Game 2. I see absolutely no reason he is not going to do the same, replicate that effort in Game 3 with a sense of urgency, having already lost Game 2 at home. He definitely knows that it's time to put the team on his back and carry them as far as he can go. As you can see, he's definitely logging the minutes, 36.5 minutes in Game 1, 35 in Game 2. He's definitely taking his shots. 22 thrown up in Game 1, 26 thrown up in Game 2. He's making his 3-pointers, 3 in Game 1, and again 4 in Game 2. Got really trigger happy in Game 2 for some reason. And from the free throw line, you see he's getting there. He's got a 7 made in Game 1, 5 made in Game 2. So absolutely no reason to think that he will not understand the sense of urgency. This team is all about championship or bust. So Jalen Brunson's going to come out with a big game, in my opinion. And as you can see, Novig likes it as he has it at minus 104. Next up, Mikal Bridges under 15.5 points in rebounds. As you can see in his last 5 games, has not been able to do so. As a matter of fact, in Charlotte, the game before, the last game of the regular season, he had no rebounds. So, as you can see, 11 points, 2 rebounds, not that great in Game 1. 10 points, 1 assist, no rebounds in Game 2. So, definitely not thinking that he's going to be able to come through with this. The under 15.5 points of rebounds looks incredible to me. Mikal Bridges has been somewhat of a disappointment. Getting traded for the 5 first-round picks. The New York Knicks certainly thought that he was the missing piece to a championship team. So far, he has definitely not played the part, and don't see him doing that in this Game 3 against the Atlanta Hawks, who are definitely feeling good about themselves after the big win in Game 2. So I'm not looking for Mikal Bridges to be a big contributing factor. It's going to be Jalen Brunson, again, carrying the heavy load, and probably a lot of contribution from Karl Anthony Towns if they're going to win this game. But I just don't see Mikal Bridges coming through for those guys. So I have him under 15.5 points and rebounds. As you can see, Prizepicks feels the same as they have him at minus 119. Next on our list, Scottie Barnes, under 31.5 points, rebounds, and assists against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, the reason that I say this is because I think that the Toronto Raptors are going to show a little bit of heart. They did not look very good in the first 2 games at Cleveland, and now that they have a game at home, I think that they are going to take care of business. And I believe the big games are actually going to come from JT Barrett and Brandon Ingram. I think Scottie Barnes is going to be a great contributor, but I don't think he's going to have a monster game. Although, the second game in Cleveland, he tried his best, 26 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. In that first game, I think it's really more of what Scotty Barnes is all about, with the 21 points and 7 assists. Not a big board getter. I think that he's a good complementary player most of the time, but I think 31.5 points, rebounds, and assists is a lot to ask from him, and I think he's going to fall just short of that. I do think that the Toronto Raptors are going to win this game, and I do think fairly comfortably, but again, I think that the bigger contributions are going to come from Brandon Ingram and JT Barrett, Scotty Barnes being kind of a complementary role, and certainly not over the 31.5 points, rebounds, and assists that everyone is saying. And as you can see, Prizepicks feels the same as they have at -119. As a friendly reminder, when you sign up with BETR using my promo code WINCASH, you'll receive 2 anytime tokens worth up to $100 each. And when you sign up on Novig using dollars, you'll get an extra $50 bonus, which is plenty of cash that can definitely help you with regards to getting some of this sportsbook betting cheese. Good luck for everyone. Next up, we have Bruce Brown over 10.5 points, rebounds, and assists against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, Bruce Brown is what Shaq refers to as the others, not the superstars, but the other players that have to contribute in order for championship teams to accomplish and achieve their goals. Bruce Brown definitely fits into that mold. And as you can see in his first 2 games against the Minnesota Timberwolves, did great. Very well-rounded game coming off the bench with 8, 7, and 3 in game 1. And then in game 2, he had 7, 3, and 2. Again, over the 10.5. So feel very confident about this. I definitely think that the Denver Nuggets understand the sense of urgency and are going to be doing everything that they can to get the third game, so that the fourth game, chance to go down 3-1, heading back to the Mile High City. I think Bruce Brown is going to come out and contribute. And as you can see, the Underdog likes it as well, as they have him at -120. So look for Bruce Brown to go over the 10.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And last but not least, we have Dante DiVincenzo over 10.5 points. Again, he falls into the category of the others, with Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert, and Jaden McDaniels kind of being the focal points of the offense. But Dante has got a lot of playoff experience. He's got a lot of playoff moxie. Definitely think that he's going to contribute in a major way. This game 3 at home, he's definitely going to get an opportunity to do his thing. As you can see in the first 2 games on the road, he had 12 in game 1, 16 in game 2. I definitely am feeling somewhere between that 14 and 16 range for him in game 3. The over 10.5 points feels like a no-brainer to me. A few more stats that can help us out here. We have him playing 31 minutes in game 1, 30.6 in game 2. We have him taking 9 shots in game 1, 9 shots in game 2, making 4 and 6, pretty accurate from the outside. As you well know, he likes his 3-pointers, 4 for 7, and then actually 4 for 7 in both games. Look at him. Pretty good shooting there, 57%. Not getting to the free throw line a whole lot, but when you're shooting that accurate from the 3-point range, you don't necessarily need it. So definitely thinking Dante DiVincenzo is going to go over the 10.5 points for the game. And as you can see, Prizepicks likes it as well, as they have him at -119. So to recap, we have Jalen Brunson over 26.5 points. Mikal Bridges under 15.5 points and rebounds. Scotty Barnes under 31.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Bruce Brown over 10.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And Dante DiVincenzo over 10.5 points. That's the 5 picks I have for you today. Please be sure to like and subscribe to the Steel Picks for You channel. And good luck, everyone.